Hey winners out there, it is a beautiful Sunday, beautiful day for a bike ride. Appreciate you joining me. Today I want to talk to you about intermittent fasting. So for the vast amount of time, people have been doing continuous calorie restriction. And continuous calorie restriction means that you eat a low calorie diet every day. And that's what we have most of our patients on in our practice. However, over the last few years, there have been some interesting studies on intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting means that you reduce your calories to either very low or nothing for a certain period of time. Well, if you look at the studies, what do they show? Well, they show that the results of intermittent fasting is about the same as a result of continuous calorie restriction. And what that means is that this should be a personal choice. Some people like the idea of having more aggressive days and less aggressive days, and some people just do better when they eat the same thing every day. So if you've tried continuous calorie restriction before, then maybe intermittent fasting is going to be right for you. Interestingly, there was a gentleman who did pretty much a fast. He had sugar water electrolyte solution for a period of over 370 days, and he lost over 100 pounds. Now, he had plenty of weight to lose. He had a pretty severe weight issue, and he only required an electrolyte infusion once. But he kind of showed that maybe there's something to fasting. So let's talk about the two types of intermittent fasting, two main types. The first is called time-restricted feeding. And time-restricted feeding means that you eat during a certain period of the day. So generally between, say, 3 and 7 p.m. You may limit it to 4, 5, or 6 hours, or even 8 hours during the day. What I have found is that many of my patients are eating only one meal a day when they are first coming to see me for weight loss. So the results of time-restricted feeding are not very good, and I wouldn't personally recommend this approach. The second type is intermittent fasting, one of the more common being a 5-2 fast. So 5 days a week you eat a low carb, relatively low calorie diet, or you eat just a maintenance diet, but low carbs is important. Then on the 2 days a week, you do a fast. And in most cases, the fasts are between 400 and 600 calories. And we actually can deliver complete nutrition on as little as 600 calories. And we do that with the use of medical meal replacements. So it can actually be a healthy way to lose weight. So 2 days a week, you have 600 calories. Now, what will you expect to happen to your body during an intermittent fast? Well, the first time that you fast, you will hit what we call the wall. The wall is what happens to marathon runners after around 20 miles. They've burned off most of their glycogen reserves, and they feel pretty exhausted. And in our case, somewhere in the evening of your first fast, you'll probably get a little bit of a headache, maybe feel kind of washed out. You'll probably pee a lot. Your body, as it's using up its glycogen, your sugar reserves, because that's always what your body uses up first, will send you signals that you've run out of glycogen. And the best thing to do during that time is to up your salt intake with soup bouillon, dill pickles, or salt tablets. Now the key is, as long as you stay low carb on the non-fasting days, you'll only hit the wall once. But if you eat a bunch of carbs, sugars, bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, or sweets on the non-fasting days, you'll hit the wall over and over and over again, and you'll be miserable, and that's no fun. So the key to intermittent fasting is eating low carb. Please let me know if you have any comments. Thanks for joining me today. And if you have any topics you'd like me to cover, let me know. Thanks for joining me.